You ready, Lucy? You ready? Watching? 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 Good girl, Lucy. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl. Drop. 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 Good girl. Listen to the birds. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl, Lucy. Where are you? Where are you? These trees, the birds love them. A beautiful eucalyptus. What's not to love about eucalyptus? You ready, Lucy? We ready? Okay. Here it comes. It's coming, Lucy. Watching. Good girl. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl. Good girl. Where are you, miss? Where are you? Drop. Drop. Come on. All right. Okay. Where are you? All right, Lucy. Here we go. Good girl, Lucy. Lucy, do you want to go home? And off we go home. Don't drop it, miss. Come along. Lovely roses. Lucy, good girl. Good sidetrack chatting to the neighbours. And then Bert's off to work. Come on, Lucy. Lucy's already been home. I leave the gate open for her so she can go straight in. We're not far from the park. I can count the footfalls. Come on, sweetie. In we go. Home again. There's Paulie. Home, sweet home. I redid my little fairy garden a little bit. Just need to do a tidy around now. This is grown from a seed, don't know what it is, but I'm hoping it will cover the solar panels. And isn't it annoying, ladies, when your husband's a bricklayer and you've got this? All in all, it's just another block in the wall. Bert, you've got to fix it. It's doing my head in. Anyway, we're charging good today. Okay, in we go. Rudy. Hello, darlings. Welcome to Tammy and Tiara's. What a beautiful day it is here in Ballarat. It's going to be 30 something today, so it's going to be a warm one. So I'm out early this morning doing some filming and having a chat with you guys. I've already gone to the park with Lucy, and Lucy is also off to Carmen's today for a much needed clip. We've been experimenting since not having Millie, and we let her go 2 months. But oh darlings, I can't live with it. I cannot live with a puppy dog that's not looking groomed. So she's going to be back onto monthly visits with Carmen. Plus I miss the bow, because Lucy's really good at leaving her bow in for ages. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the monthly clippings. So I'll talk to Carmen about that today. Sit down now, Lucy. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Today's Simone's birthday. My Simmy is 32 today. Yes, I can say what it is because she's so young. Excuse me with my cough. And I'll be going around to see her after. And I've got her some little presents and things because, isn't it funny, red letter days, even though our children grow up, their birthdays always trigger memories in us mums, don't they? I just wonder, am I the only one that remembers on the birthday? Yes, I remember my mum saying, oh, wow, well, I was in labour with you for so many days and da-da-da-da-da, and they wheeled a dead baby past when I was in labour. And I remember all that, and now I can relate to it better than I ever could. Because Simone was a wonderful delivery and a fantastic pregnancy. Although I was very sick with her, I was just so happy, so happy with Simone. She was really good. It was a pregnancy where I wasn't too ill. So today's her birthday, and I'm going to go around and see her, and I've booked her for something to have done later so she can get out of the house and have a bit of time looking after herself. But I want to talk about red letter days. Red letter days are the days that pop up through the year, and for me, red letter days is always my children's birthdays, number one. That comes up. The days that they were christened, number two. Of course, the sad days, the day that Mum passed, Mum's birthday, Dad's birthday, all of those days. There's so many of them as we get older, isn't there? All of those days come up. And I always think back, and I think back to the birthdays I gave them. Did I do enough? Were their parties good enough? These days, parties are such an expense for the parents. $400 or $500 is nothing for a party, because they go and they have to go to expensive places where you have to have a minimum of 10 children, and that's just the way that it is done these days. Back in our days, we could have them at home and they were quite acceptable. The best party was ever if they could get to go to McDonald's. And I'm pretty sure my children might have gone to one McDonald's party. I don't think Jacinta ever had one. I know Richard did. Or was that Ben? I know Ben did. I don't remember Simone ever having one, but yes, she might have. Oh goodness, we went to a lot, but I don't remember doing them for the kids. We used to do parties at home with the old-fashioned games and pass the parcel and all of that, where it'd be just mayhem and kids for 2 hours, and then they'd go and the house would be destroyed, the food would be eaten, and in all hope Simone would have had a good birthday. I've just got to take that off the screen. I remember one year, all she wanted was a pool party. Right or wrong, she wanted a pool party. Well, Ballarat being Ballarat is not the most reliable for weather. The day came for the pool party, it was pouring rain. It was still warm because, like summer, her birthday's always in high summer, being February the 15th. She's always my Valentine baby because I was in labour on Valentine's Day, and she's the only child Bert bought me the most beautiful bunch of flowers for. Big pink roses for Simone. So I was very spoiled. And anyway, but she still ended up getting in the pool afterwards and had lots of fun with her friends. And isn't it funny, those friends were so important in their lives at the time, and where are they now? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'm thinking of my darling sister today. Thank you, Deb. We've got your tiara on, and I've got our cup, and I'm having a nice cup of coffee in it before I go over and see Simone. Bert's toddled off to do some sills, and I'm just enjoying the summer of the garden in the summer. Ahiranta's put another little short up, and it's just beautiful. They're sitting in the winter sunshine. She's lucky to get winter sunshine. Here in Ballarat, Ahiranta, we have cloud cover for 9 months of winter. Very rarely will you get a poke of blue and it's quickly covered by cloud. Maybe not 9 months, but I'd say at least 6. Once those clouds come, they don't go until the end of September. And that's what I mean, why I keep saying that I need to get that satellite. So I'm going to be doing it. I'm doing the research, and I will buy one in the next few weeks. Now, what I promised you last week, I was going to do a review of Prince Harry's book Spare. I've been listening to the audiobook version of it, and my goodness, I always loved Harry. I always had a weak spot for us, as all of us did, because we all felt for him when he walked behind that coffin with his mum and thought, you know, he's missing out on so much. And anyway, Then, of course, he got in with Megan, and there would never be a Megan doll. I've never liked her. But then I don't know her, but I've never liked what the press have portrayed of her. So that's probably a more accurate description. Anyway, reading the book, oh my gosh. Darlings, I could go on for ages about his problems, but I'm going to break it down. This is just like half of the book. So this is the first half. I'll do the second half next week. Honestly, darlings, breaking it down into what we can understand, he's a boy who loved his mother and never got over losing her. He didn't believe she was dead. He thought that she'd just gone away, and she would send a secret message and say, come to me now. Come on, boys. I'm over here. You'll be safe. Come to your mother. Here I am. He never believed that she was dead for a long, long time, until he actually drove through the tunnel in Paris himself with a taxi driver, and he got the feeling over him that she is indeed gone. So that's a harsh reality, because he was a man by that time. He hates the press. He sees the press as opportunists looking to get a photo to make money. He said a photo of him being violent, which is what they always want to do, so they do lots of bumping of him and such, he said, will fetch so much money that they can put a down payment on a house in the countryside in England for that one photo. He said, so I try so hard not to give them good photos. He said, I don't want them to be making money off me. He's even been known to hop into the boot of a car to get out of where he was, so the press didn't get him for any photos. So, I mean, he does hate the press, absolutely despises the press, because he says they print nothing but lies. Now, the press make him angry, very angry. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's a mate. He wants to be a mate to everybody, and that's probably part of his problem, except his brother, but he wants to be a mate to everybody. When he was in the army, and I was amazed of what he'd done in Afghanistan and everything, the way that he flew those fighter jets, and the commands and everything that are actually in the book telling you what they mean, you know, DH means direct hit, things like this, so much that he had to learn. People say he's dumb. I don't think he's dumb at all. He's very clever, but his mind is in a different spot to William's. William's has to concentrate on the crown, and whereas Harry's had to find his own way, as every second child does, because Harry has clearly got second child syndrome. Now, I was a second child, so I understand this syndrome. It's a syndrome of you're not the eldest, you're not the youngest, so you're not the most special, you're definitely not the most special, you're just somewhere in the middle. And that's how Harry has felt his entire life. Spare for any body parts that Prince William might need if he needs a kidney. No, not even a second thought. It comes from you, Harry. You know, it's just everywhere. He's got the second child syndrome, which is very sad. I tried hard not to have my children have second child syndrome, and I'm pretty sure that my kids are okay, but they still do. I think every second child has that. I'm not living up to the bigger child. It's just, unfortunately, they have that. That's what they perceive. It's not that I perceive that of my children, but I know how I feel, so then I know how they would possibly feel. Yeah, like I said, he lent his mobile to his mates because he was given a mobile for security reasons, so he had to have it on him all the time in case anybody tried to get him. But then he'd give it to the guys in the barracks and say, ring your loved ones and what have you, and touch base. So that's a good guy, isn't it? Trying to be nice. Yeah, he's a mate. He's a mate. He loves Megan. There is no doubts about it. He would murder a person for Megan. So anybody who does anything about Megan or says anything about Megan, he is not going to like. Megan is it. So that's about it from the first half, and I'll do the second half next time because I'm sort of digesting it as I go. I'm actually on the second time of listening to it. And listening to his voice and hearing his emotion is just really, really moving. So I'm enjoying it immensely, I really am. So yeah, so this week has been, well, I went out for coffee with Anna Marie yesterday. We went up to, I think it was the Groove Train up at the Delacombe Town Centre. And I always get a pot of tea when I go out. You never know how the coffee's going to be, and I'm just so fussy. So I just get a pot of tea. I had Earl Grey yesterday. And Anna Marie had this beautiful watermelon drink. Do you want to come up? Do you want to come up? Come here, I'll pick Lucy up. Come on, come on, come on. you come. So that was really lovely, and I picked her up, and we did a few other jobs. We had to go into to buy a gift voucher for Simone, and we had to go and do some other things as well. So I was quite tired when I get home. I get burnt out very easily from going out. But today Lucy's off for a clip. I'm popping in to see Simone. I'm heading out to the old mill market, and I am going to go past Aldi on the way home when I pick up Lucy. And that's going to be my day. So it's going to be a pretty full-on one today. And I hope you have a lovely week wherever you are in the world. I hope that you've been looking after yourself, because you're the most important person. I follow this book that I've had forever. It's over 100 years old, and it's called The Little Kingdom of Home. It's really old, really, really old. And anyway, it's got a little passage in it that I want to read to you, because it's really cute. For right is right, since God is God, and right the day must win. To doubt would be disloyalty, to falter would be sin. Now, what does that passage mean to you? To me, it means just get on with your day, be happy, don't get upset about little things, and just get the job done, darling, because that's what life's all about. So if you've watched this and enjoyed it, please subscribe. Makes me so happy. I'd like to say a special hello to my especially lovely friends out there, Julie and Judith and Lisa, and of course, Ahiranta and Ozay, and Maree, who always seem to leave me a comment. Sometimes I get a lovely comment from, I can't quite remember, I think it's Angela, her name. A lovely comment from Angela, but thank you so much. I love getting comments because it gives me something to do. Now, I had some news I've got to tell you too. I'm going to get a post office box so you can actually write to me, because I've had a few inquiries in my email, and I don't check the email regularly. So I'm going to get a post office box, and I'll let you know the address and I'll pop it on, so you can always send me a letter if you like. So today I'm sending lots of love from beautiful Ballarat, where it's going to be hot, hot, hot. That doesn't really affect me because we've got air cooling and air conditioning, so very lucky. I'm still enjoying my coffee in my cup from my darling sister. What does it say? Sisters forever, never apart. Maybe in distance, but never in heart. That's true, Deb. Lots and lots of love to you all. And bye for now. Here we go, Lucy. We did a little bit of filming. Oh, darling, are you sore from the park? I know. Oh, you're such a licky dog. You can't help it. You're such a licky dog. Soft and cuddly dog when you let me. When you let me. It's only sometimes when you move.